In addition, half of all home mortgages are delinquent, and more than 1,000 home loans are foreclosed every day. As more and more American families are evicted, the banks are viewed as predatory villains, more intent on making a dollar than helping poor people survive. So it is no surprise that some criminals in the United States are actually becoming popular public figures, especially the handful of men and women who rob banks for a living. The Division of Investigation calls these people public enemies. But to many, they are Robin Hoods, exacting revenge on bankers and fat cats from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. On this warm Saturday morning, the man who has just been handed the enormous responsibility of stopping the Robin Hoods is momentarily unconcerned about fighting crime. John Edgar Hoover is in a state of deep mourning as he watches his beloved dog lowered into a grave in this Washington suburb. Hoover has lived in the District of Columbia his whole life. He began his career of public service at 18, a high school class valedictorian who landed work as a clerk at the Library of Congress while attending college and then law school. Hoover's employment ended when he passed the bar in 1917. He took a job with the Justice Department the very next morning. Within 2 years, the young lawyer's work ethic saw him promoted rapidly. By 1924, at the behest of President Calvin Coolidge, 29-year-old J. Edgar Hoover was placed in charge of a corrupt federal agency known as the Bureau of Investigation. Footnote: Hoover was actually appointed by Coolidge's Attorney General, Harlan Fiske Stone. Hoover was assistant director of the Bureau at the time. Director William Burns was accused of involvement in the Teapot Dome scandal, leading to his resignation and Hoover's appointment as director. Burns's leadership was symptomatic of the Bureau's pre-Hoover corruption, a period that included collusion with bootleggers, selling protection, selling sensitive Bureau files, and swapping employment in the agency for political favors. End footnote. The promotion appears to be a career dead end for the hard-charging young lawyer with the receding hairline, permanent scowl, and the habit of talking too fast in order to hide a stutter. Founded in 1908, the Bureau of Investigation is America's first national law enforcement agency. However, there is widespread fear in Congress that the BOI might become a secret police, spying upon the people such as has prevailed in Russia. So Congress has intentionally limited the BOI's power. The original 34 agents are forbidden to carry a weapon, and even prevented from making arrests. When it comes time to take a suspect into custody, the agents have a choice: either call in U.S. Marshals or the local police. Hoover devotes himself to his new job, eschewing any semblance of a personal life in favor of complete commitment to law enforcement. Immediately, the new director cleans house, firing any agent accused of taking bribes. He sets up a rigorous training program to ensure that his agents are mentally and physically fit. Also, his investigators are expected to be of high moral character, with training in accounting or law. There is no such thing as paid overtime. Hoover raises the BOI's profile by establishing the first nationwide database for fingerprints. And yet, the BOI is powerless to prosecute the bank robberies and the random murders plaguing America during the Great Depression. State and local police have complete authority in such cases, despite the frustrating reality that these agencies do not communicate with one another, nor can they chase criminals across state lines. John Dillinger has made an art of escaping this way. There is no question that J. Edgar Hoover is a strange man. He has few friends and lives at home with his 75-year-old mother, Anna Marie. The director's most trusted confidant is his Airedale Terrier, Spee DeBozo. It is Spee who fetches the paper each morning and eats the soft-boiled egg that Hoover gives him for breakfast. J. Edgar loves Spee so much that he not only keeps the animal's framed photo on his office desk, but also hangs a painting of the Airedale on a wall at home. Hoover may be a tough boss with his agents, but he never disciplines his dog. Spee DeBozo passes away on May 24th at the age of 11. And now his shroud-covered body is being lowered into the grave at this pet cemetery. "This is one of the saddest days of my life," the grief-stricken Hoover explains to a groundskeeper. His display of emotion is unnerving to the 3 DOI agents who have been asked to accompany him to the burial, for Hoover is normally a closed vault of privacy. At the same time, the director is actually becoming one of the most powerful men in the country. On May 18th, Congress recognizes that state and local law enforcement agencies are powerless to stop the bank robbing epidemic. This is a reaction to the 1933 Kansas City massacre, where criminals, led by a robber known as Pretty Boy Floyd, shot and killed 4 federal agents in cold blood. Thus, the Crime Control Acts of 1934 were passed. Now, if a person kills or assaults a federal officer, transports kidnapped persons, or robs a bank, they are subject to federal law. They will be charged with federal crimes. State troopers and local sheriffs will no longer have jurisdiction in these matters. That power now goes to the newly renamed Division of Investigation. Just as important, Congress is about to pass another important piece of legislation allowing DOI agents to bear arms and make arrests. As Spee DeBozo's burial comes to an end, J. Edgar Hoover promises himself that he will soon buy another dog. Footnote: J. Edgar Hoover would have 8 more dogs after Spee DeBozo, many of which were interred in the same plot. The tombstone and gravesite can still be found at the Aspen Hill Memorial Park. End footnote. The time for mourning quickly passes. The time for catching violent bank robbers is about to begin. And there will be blood. Chapter 2. May 23, 1934, Bienville Parish, Louisiana, 9:15 a.m. 23-year-old Bonnie Parker sits in the passenger seat of a stolen Ford V8. On her lap rests a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich on white bread wrapped in a napkin. Thick forest and bushes line the dusty country road on both sides. Bonnie's lover, Clyde Champion Barrow, is at the wheel, pushing 65 miles per hour because the couple is late for a rendezvous. Clyde, 25, has already finished his fried bologna sandwich purchased during the couple's recent stop at Ma Canfield's Cafe in the nearby Louisiana town of Gibbsland. Clyde loves the high-powered V8 so much, he wrote a letter to automotive manufacturer Henry Ford praising its speed and freedom. The bank robber wears wire-rimmed sunglasses and a blue shirt and suit with a matching hat, but drives in his stocking feet. Long ago, the convicted criminal asked a fellow inmate to cut off 2 of his toes with an axe to escape hard labor in prison. As a result, Clyde walks with a limp, and driving while wearing shoes is extremely uncomfortable. Ironically, prison officials had already decided to parole young Clyde before the axe dropped. He limped out of prison a free man just 6 days after the mutilation. Bonnie's hat, her trademark tam, has been tossed into the back seat. The poetry-writing criminal wears a wedding ring, though she left her unfaithful husband years before falling for Clyde. She is a petite 4 feet 11 inches tall, chain-smokes Camel cigarettes, and has her ex-husband's name still tattooed inside her right thigh. A long red dress reveals Bonnie's hourglass figure, but hides her legs because they were badly burned by battery acid after crashing during a high-speed car chase 1 year ago. As a result, Bonnie Parker also walks with a limp just like Clyde. Sometimes her pain is so bad that she cannot walk at all, and he must carry her. Yet Bonnie wears high heels rather than flat soles, even though they will make it more difficult for her to run from the law should the need arise.